AOC is stating crime and murder is on the rise in New York because people need bread.
So why is this uptick in crime happening? Well, let's think about it. Maybe this has to do with the fact that people aren't paying their rent and are scared to pay their rent. And so they go out and they need to feed their child and they don't have money. So you maybe they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry that night.
I don't know. Maybe she lives in an alternate Disney universe than us where someone donned in rags is going out to steal bread for their big-eyed children who are so weak they can't even walk. Yes, criminals are just that, barely scraping by, deciding to pick up a gun and go out and steal bread and end up shooting someone in the process over said stolen bread. Really obvious here that AOC didn't grow up in the Bronx as she suggests, but she grew up in the suburbs of Yorktown, New York, because she has clearly no clue what she's talking about. She sounds absolutely sheltered. No, the crime is not linked to the recently disenfranchised blue-collar workers, but your everyday criminals who have become emboldened by the recent cutting of the plainclothes unit, which employed 600 officers, also cutting police budget by $1.5 billion, and New York City's extreme demonizing of police, which is the worst part because cops can literally not do their job today. Just an example, in Detroit recently, a group of officers were recently investigating a string of murders over the July 4th weekend. They went in to make an arrest. Now, the suspect they were arresting went peacefully, but a friend of the suspect pulled out a gun and started firing at officers. Of course, he missed because 90% of these street thugs never learned how to work an iron sight. They just hold their stolen guns like confused chimpanzees, firing away, randomly killing innocent children. I have no respect for the gangsters of today. They just suck at everything. Only training they've had is a rap song giving them an inflated ego. Anyways, even though this complete thug was the one who started shooting at the police, guess what people did? They took to the streets to protest the police for shooting this idiot. Police are screwed if they do and screwed if they don't. It has never been a worse time to be a cop. There are nearly over 1 million employed cops in America, but however, the left seems to think that we need to treat each one like Officer Chauvin in the George Floyd incident. So no, blue-collar criminals aren't going out and shooting children and innocent people to steal bread for their own children or because they're afraid to pay their rent.